Nigerian couples have finally done it. Now Nigerian couples are reigning every single place. Now to every single one of you that is saying, you don't always do Nigerian news. Come on, give us the latest Nigerian news. I hope you are happy that I'm now bringing Nigerian news. Nigerian couples have done it all. I don't know if you guys have seen this because this was just trending 3 days ago. And this is me just literally doing this video so that you can also know what is trending. That this Nigerian couple has the mind, the audacity, the temerity. But the truth is, you see this thing that they did. If I said I'm not happy, I am lying. Because they didn't do it to Black Americans. They did it to the right people. And when you guys watch this video, I'm going to explain in details at the end of this video why I said they did it to the right people. Because you cannot keep seeing things that is happening in the society, and when it's your turn, you just want to turn a blind eye to it. So if Black Americans cannot do it, Nigerians are not available to help. But anyways, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to the original creator of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. With that being said, let's dive right into this video. Let's watch, and I'll be back with commentaries. Credit belongs to the original creators. Let me say it for the second time. Let's go.
I'm going to share this story with you because it was a source of joy for me today. So a Black couple, right? Black American woman, Nigerian man. They abducted an ICE agent, put him in the car, and drove off with him. So a recent incident that took place in Minnesota on December 10th, right, involved the arrest of a Black couple, Black American woman, Nigerian man. Why? They're charged for forcibly impeding a federal agent. All right, so here's a breakdown of the incident, all right? Apparently, Homeland Security investigation agents, right, who are conducting this operation on finding people who've overstayed their visa, one of them actually approached the couple's car. The driver was the woman, the Black woman, and he actually entered their car. He got inside. Now, I don't know what took place once he got inside as far as the conversation, but I'm pretty sure he let them know, listen, I'm an ICE agent, right? To which the boyfriend, the Nigerian man, did not believe him. The couple both did not believe him. And since he was already in the car, the boyfriend said, drive. And she drove. They said, you want to play around? Let me take you somewhere. Mind you, the agent even drew his firearm to let them know that he was packing. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck. You understand? She was driving, and as long as her man told her to keep driving, she kept driving. Now, the defense claims that they truly did not believe that this was an actual federal agent. There's a lot of imposters. There are. And to be honest, a lot of you guys are taking to not showing identification. You're walking around with ski masks. I don't know. And turns out that's the exact kind of situation that triggered the Nigerian man's PTSD. He's had instances, trauma from kidnapping back in Nigeria, which is precisely why when that agent entered their car, the couple's car, and acted like they were about to take somebody, they said, we're going to take you first. Drive. Now, all I can think about, one is, I hope that the couple are able to beat this. I believe that they have a strong case, as there are many, many federal agent imposters, and they've already been arrested. So it's not like the claim of not believing that this person was actually legit is fake or far off, right? Outside of me hoping that they actually, they beat this case, it made me smile, you understand, because how many of them do you think would have volunteered to become ICE agents if they truly understood or believed that this was a dangerous job, that anything could happen to you? My guess is not that many. Not many of them would have volunteered to become ICE agents if they knew that there was a possibility, a high possibility of people fighting back. All I'm saying is that I'm tired of being a member of a group of people in this country that are constantly living in fear. It's time that everybody else felt it.
From what is currently trending on the Nigeria internet space, home and abroad, a USA-based Nigerian couple have been arrested for allegedly kidnapping an ICE agent or ICE agent I stands for Immigration and Custom Enforcement Team in the United States of America. Now, if you follow me critically on this very channel, in the last 48 hours, I published a video where the United States of American ICE agent, in collaboration with Homeland Security Investigation agents, raided the state of Minnesota in search of illegal Somalia residents. Don't forget in a hurry what the President of the United States of America has said recently about Somalians that are living in the United States of America. So that very action is already on ground by Donald Trump. Now, the singular reason I read that very news of the deportation of Somalians out of the United States of America is because of the multipliers effect. Because I'd always tell people, say, there are consequences for every actions. Because I know, say, at the end of the day, not be only people from Somalia will be affected. Now, this case of a Nigerian couple we are talking about here, we are talking about one Mr. Bamigboye Ogoluwa Oluwadamilola. This Nigerian young man had been in the United States of America. Incidentally, he got into the United States of America on a student visa. But as we speak, his visa has expired. So currently, he has overstayed his welcome in the United States of America. And he has a supposed partner. And the name of that supposed partner is Frazier Rikia. Now, on the 10th of December 2025, Homeland Security Investigation agents, in collaboration with members of Immigration and Custom Enforcement Team, raided the state of Minnesota. And when that raid was going on, these same agents were in a city called Plymouth. And they went to the apartment belonging to Bamigboye because they already had a record and information that Bamigboye immigration status is questionable. He has overstayed his student visa status, and as such should have left the United States of America, but he didn't leave. So when these officers came, Bamigboye was not in his apartment. So they pulled over at the car park and they were waiting for Bamigboye. Incidentally, Bamigboye and his girlfriend or his wife drove in to the car park in an SUV. And immediately they noticed these officers were sitting somewhere waiting. Then when the officers noticed that Bamigboye had come into the car park with his girlfriend and Bamigboye was sitting at the passenger seat, the officers approached them in their SUV and said, "We want to talk to Bamigboye." Of course, they showed their ID card that they are members of Homeland Security Investigation agents. They didn't say they were in collaboration with ICE, but the moment they had that name, Bamigboye immediately jumped from the passenger seat, jumped into the back seat, and yelled at the girlfriend saying, "Drive the car, drive off." The girlfriend immediately also jumped into the car, and one of the ICE agents jumped into the car in the front seat, and one jumped as well into the back seat. Then, immediately, the girlfriend or the wife, Frazier, started driving off. While she was driving, the ICE agent tried to stop her by putting the car in a parking selection. The woman told the ICE agent that if you try to stop me, this car is probably going to crash, or I will probably crash this very car. So the officer was, as a matter of fact, very scared. He thought he was being abducted because he doesn't live in that very city. You know what I mean? He's not very familiar with the state of Minnesota. So the second officer pursued them in their Ford SUV with siren and with lights while they were moving. At some point, he was even hitting their own SUV. That is Bamigboye's and his girlfriend's or his wife's SUV, hitting them from the back, thinking they were going to stop. They didn't stop. Incidentally, Bamigboye picked up his mobile phone and called 911. And one of the immigration officers yelled at the 911 dispatcher, who responded saying that he is a federal agent, and immediately he also called his command post. Along the line, they still did not stop the car. One of the officers pulled his firearm, telling the woman, Frazier, to stop driving, to stop the car, but she didn't. So what they did was to drive into a police station, New Hope Police Station. New Hope Police Station, where they finally pulled up, claiming that they needed to drive the officers there because they didn't know if truly they are, legitimate, officers, officers of the law. But unfortunately, the whole situation has turned against both Bamigboye Ogoluwa Damilola and his wife or his girlfriend, Frazier Rukia. Meanwhile, the moment they got to the police station, Bamigboye Ogoluwa Damilola immediately ran out of the SUV and entered one restaurant. So one of the officers who was following them from behind in a Ford SUV was able to contact a police officer who was also in that very supermarket where Bamigboye ran into. And collaboratively, they were able to arrest Bamigboye, even though he tried to resist arrest, but later they took him to the ground, arrested him, and then handcuffed him. So as we speak, both of them have been charged with federal charges. Yes, 2-count charges. One is obstructing a federal agent, Homeland Security investigation agent, from doing their jobs with an intention to commit felony. So, by the time where Nigerian law go begin the work, all of you where they carry police officers for your motor, they run, they go. Now felony, now kidnapping now they commit so. Now felony, intention to commit felony. Kidnapping, now you go to, in America, in the civilized world, if you do mistake fight with your girlfriend and she want come out, she want go house, you don't agree. You don't agree allow and go house. If she call police, they go charge you for attempted kidnapping or alleged kidnapping. In fact, they go charge you for kidnapping. Or you and your babe, they drive for motor. She says, stop me, you don't agree. My kidnapping case be that. American law na 5 and 6. But ultimately, it is really very crazy. Yes, because while I admit that the journey of a man, survival in the Western world is not easy. That is all this young man is trying to do. But many of you realize or knows in clarity that I am not an advocate of any form of rascality. While I admit that everybody is fighting for survival, especially when you find yourself in the West, specifically when you don't have legal documents. But there is no justification for breaking the laws at all levels. The point remains that you pulled over to the car park and this Homeland Security investigation agent and members of ICE walk up to you showing their ID card. At that point, you will have realized that whatever God you believe in has failed you. Whatever prayers you have prayed before, that this person should not locate you, that God or whatever, Babalawo Juju should help you to stay quietly in the United States of America. At that point, you would have realized that everything has failed. And surrender to these people. If not deportation, they go deport you at the end of the day. Let them deport you peacefully. That would have been the right thing to do. Instead of jumping into the car, telling your wife or your girlfriend to run, obstructing the officers, it does not entirely make sense. If he had realized the type of country where he is or where he lives, he should not have thought that very route, because as it stands now, the severity of their crime is F, which stands for felony at the federal charges level. It may not be a very serious felony, but it's a part of felony at the federal level. So at the end of the day, this man might be serving some prison sentence, might go to jail, and after going to jail, they will deport him. Or at the jurisdiction of the United States of America, they might say, in fact, we don't want you to go to a prison facility, go back to your country. They will deport him. And the funny and crazy part of it is that the Nigerian man, Mr. Bamigboye, is claiming to have PTSD. Yeah, PTSD stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. Said he was kidnapped when he was formerly living in Nigeria. Say because of the experience from that kidnap incident, say if they get PTSD. He said, I wait to make him do what he do. Man. Well, I hope so another day, a few days. And what also pains me more is the girlfriend. The girlfriend will also be in trouble now. The girlfriend never premeditated to run. As you can see, it was that Bamigboye that told her to jump into the car and drive off. Now, love don't make him also enter trouble. She will also collect a portion of the consequences. So, why am I reading this news? Because of multipliers effect. At the end of the day, this news is trending everywhere. Fox News don't post them. So many people, they read them. How far or what will be the multipliers effect to other Nigerians that are living in the United States of America? That is my concern. And if you understand what that means, then you know that you have a duty as a Nigerian wherever you find yourself. Try as much as you can to be law-abiding. Because every singular offense you commit, you alone is not going to face the consequences. There are people that will be affected. Innocent people where no concern. Both innocent and people where no they innocent will at the end of the day be affected. That is what we call multipliers effect. That is why, as an adult, before you commit any crime, think of the multipliers effect. At this point, I sincerely hope that the young man, learns his lesson, either back in the United States of America or when he's finally brought back to Nigeria, because obviously, overstaying his student visa is a total deportation by ICE, according to Donald Trump's latest immigration policy. There is no discussion about that. If now when Joe Biden was still there, this young man will still be living happily in the US. Possibly they could not even marry his girlfriend or his wife, begin to process his green card, 2 years green card or 10 years green card, whichever way you want to explain it, depending on how long they have been married. So it is terrible, and I wish him the very best of luck. Are you where they watch this video? Below abiding, anywhere where you see yourself, whether for Nigeria or outside Nigeria. And at this point, I'll allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, other person see. God bless you.
So I heard a Nigerian man and a African-American woman in Minnesota kidnapped an ICE agent. It must have been scary for you. Poor little ICE man. So sad, so scary. Maybe now you understand that what you're doing is kidnapping our immigrants, our neighbors, our friends. We don't like it. So, eye for an eye. Merry fucking Christmas.
Nigerian couple arrested for kidnapping ICE agents who came to arrest them. Listen, y'all, this is nasty work, man. So a few ICE agents came to this Nigerian couple's home and was asking them for paperwork and documentation as they was about to make an arrest for ICE. And the couple wasn't going, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This is like Bonnie and Clyde type shit. They looked at each other and said, hell no, we ain't going. And a fight took place. And they both somehow got in the car. And the fucking ICE agent was trying to reach in the car and grab them. And they pulled them into the car with them. And they took off with the ICE agent in the fucking car, bro. And now they getting arrested for kidnapping because they took the fucking ICE agent in the car and they drove off. And they drove to a fucking precinct where they was trying to explain themselves like, he's trying to deport us and everything. We got our papers and everything. And the precinct was like, well, you guys know y'all just kidnapped him, right? Y'all grabbed him and put him in the car. Yeah, that's kidnapping. So put your hands behind your back. So instead of getting deported, they got arrested for fucking kidnapping, bro. This is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. ICE be putting niggas in some crazy situations. Y'all gotta be prepared to face shit like this, because some niggas ain't.
Now, you would think that these Somali pirates were causing enough trouble for the federal agents and the ICE agents out there in Minnesota. But it's not only the Somali pirates. You got two illegal Nigerians, the ghetto Bonnie and Clyde. They thought that it would be cool and fun and games to kidnap a federal agent. I believe that the nerves of these people. Yes, and of course they got apprehended and they didn't get away. And they got sent back to Nigeria or wherever they
custody after police say they trapped a federal agent in a car and dropped them off at the New Hope Police Department. Federal documents say 24-year-old Oluwademi Lole Bame Boye and 23-year-old Rakia Frazier face charges for assaulting an Department of Homeland Security investigations agent. According to the criminal complaint, agents were watching an apartment parking lot in Plymouth when they tried to talk to Boye Baye about his immigration status. While trying to prevent the two from driving off, an agent became trapped inside the car and they drove off anyhow.
come from. But it's funny how the world works. I'm gonna go ahead and call her Bonnie. Her sister was the one that recorded George Floyd dying. You believe that?
I was on here scrolling like I normally do, right? And I came across a story that made me sit straight up out my seat. I swear to God, man. This is the story in question. Nigerians accused of kidnapping ICE. Hey! I knew it would happen eventually. But I didn't think it'd be one of us. I said to myself, there's no way this is real. There's no way this is possible. I did my Googles and yep, this is 100% real. However, it did not go down like ICE is trying to say it did. According to the reports, Oluwadami Lolagbami Boye, 24 years old, and Rakia Frazier, 23, each face one count of assaulting a Department of Homeland Security investigations agent in connection with the incident. Now, here's what happened. 3 agents were surveilling a parking lot near Plymouth. in search of Bamigboye, a Nigerian national who overstayed his visa, allegedly. The three agents approached the Jeep where Damilola and Rakia Frazier were in after seeing him exit the vehicle, then get back in. Here's where we get some conflicting reports. The agents all claim that when they approached the Jeep, they identified themselves as ICE and law enforcement. However, Damilola and Rakia both state that never happened. Three dudes in ski masks pulled up on him, asking about Damilola. When they started talking about immigration status, this and da-da-da-da-da, he told Frazier to get back in the car and drive. Now here's where the stupidity kicked in on the behalf of the agent. In an attempt to stop this, two agents jump in the vehicle, one in the back, one in the front. Now Frazier is driving the car, remember this. Damilola pushes one of the agents out the back seat, shut the door. Meanwhile, Frazier get in the whip and she put that thing in drive. She's gone. Remember, there's an agent in the front seat, and with the forward motion of the car, the door slams shut and trap him in. Now, mind you, the agent in question is brand spanking new, wet behind the ears, breath smelling like Similac. In a city he don't know, trapped in a moving vehicle with two people he's not familiar with. So understandably, he panics. He tries to reason with Frazier, saying, hey, you're making a bad situation worse, just let me out the car. And she wisely says, hell no, I'm not gonna stop this car so y'all can do God knows what to me. We're taking you to the police station. Mind you, Damilola is in the back seat calling 911 and let him know, yo, we're going to drop off one of your boys, right? The agent at one point, because he's panicking right now and he don't want to look stupid. Because how do you even get yourself in this mess? He tries to fight for the gear shifter to put it in park while the car is moving. Frazier wisely tells him, yo, you keep doing all this, you're going to make us crash and we all going to die. And here's where it gets really wicked. The agent pulls a gun on Frazier while she is driving a car with three people in it in an attempt to get her to stop, but she keeps going. Meanwhile, the other two doofuses are following the Jeep in a Ford Explorer and at one point rear ends the vehicle in the snow. Anyways, they pull up to the New Hope Police Department, just like they said they would, to drop Buddy off. The other two agents parked in front of the Jeep as they pulled off to pin it in. And Damilola ran out the whip to run to a nearby Hy-Vee where he was eventually arrested. Police also arrest Frazier because she refused to get out the car. Dami basically says, yeah, I pushed him out the whip, but these people never identified themselves as law enforcement. Men in ski masks pulled up asking weird questions and then tried to jump in the vehicle. How are we supposed to know they were cops? And that's a valid question. Either way, if I find a GoFundMe for these two, I'm going to post it because this is some bullshit. I'm trying to tell you. Kidnapping? Come on now. How you armed law enforcement? You going to let somebody kidnap you? What's wrong with you? Sound like to me, y'all just don't know what the fuck y'all doing. But anyways, I digress.
Let me just say, I am very proud of that Nigerian man and that African-American woman that kidnapped that ICE agent. Now, they can see exactly how it feels to be kidnapped without permission. How about that?
US-based Nigerian couple got arrested for allegedly kidnapping ICE agents in Minnesota. They overstayed their visa, so they got arrested because they tried to kidnap some ICE agents. Allegedly. Nigerians, why are you? Oh my God. We're always on the news. We're always on the news for bad stuff. Why? Nigerians kidnapping someone in America. This is where. May God help you all.
I can't get over the ICE agent saying that he feared for almost drew his weapon on the Nigerian couple because he said he feared for his life. I just want more of them, and I hope that he gives a chance to sit down and gives a chatty conversation with his fellow ICE agents, but if for nothing else, to show them the fear that they create within other people and how they it couldn't be a more perfect example of being put in somebody else's shoes so that he could experience exactly what the fear that he was trying to impart upon somebody else. It was the perfect reverse Uno card. It really was. And it's the perfect entrance into fuck around and find out fucking season 4 of the fucking ICE agents. And I feel no bit of sympathy in any way for them. Again, I hope that Nigerian couple gets a chance to get those charges dismissed because they were charged with forcible assault, resisting, and interfering with federal agents. So blah, blah, and blah.
There was a black African-American man that was kidnapped by ICE immigration in Chicago. They never asked this man to prove his identity, even though he kept telling them that he was an American citizen. He didn't speak a different language or different dialect. So they knew he was an American, yet they just kept telling him to shut up. And this is what immigration is doing now. They are kidnapping Black African Americans. Not only are they kidnapping them, but the means that they are transporting them to the immigration centers are not safe. Each passenger in a motor vehicle must have a seatbelt on while being transported in a vehicle. Why is it that ICE agents are able to round people up and put them in the back of budget trucks, budget 16 and 14 footer trucks, where they have to cling on to one another in order not to fall over? And this is what this administration is allowing. Take a look at this clip.
They had the word ICE on their back, so I knew who they were. And I asked them, "Why are you guys taking me? I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm not an illegal immigrant." And I was told to shut up and just follow instruction. I did as I was told. When we got to the facility, I again tried to tell them, "Look, you got the wrong person. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm not an illegal immigrant." Again, I was told, shut up. I tried to tell them, I've got everything in my backpack. My birth certificate, I got my ID.
Why'd you have it in your backpack?
I had some business to take care of with the Illinois Department of Public Aid. I went there earlier in the day.
So at no point did they allow you to show your birth certificate or any identification?
They didn't want to see nothing.
I've heard people say they're not just rounding people up, they're getting identification. They're not being rough with people. What do you say?
They're lying. They're not checking IDs. The building behind me was the target, was the building that they were targeting.
This building right here, the orange brick building?
Yeah. I couldn't understand why they were at my building, because my building is not there. I'm a block over in the middle of the block. I didn't see any reason for them to be bothering us.
They were just scooping people up randomly?
Yeah. People that were just hanging out here were all rounded up as well.
It didn't matter, Latino.
Didn't matter what color you are. They were scooping people up.
But it was Black and Latino. What time was this?
This was close to 10:30, perhaps.
At night.
At night.
So you were out here in the darkness doing with all this happening.
Yes, we were in the back of a moving truck.
Were there seats in there?
No, it's like the trucks that you use to load your furniture in. It was a budget rental truck.
So you had to stand up to get there?
Well, some people were able to sit down, but most of us stood up because there were, it was too many people for everybody to try and sit down.
What were you holding on to?
Each other.
Were you rumbling around in the back of the truck? Anybody falling over?
We managed to maintain, because with the amount of people that we had in the truck, if somebody was about to fall, you've got enough people to break that fall.
How many people?
I'd say we had about 40 or more people in that truck.
What?
And this is legal. I don't know about you. It's to the point of when you see ICE coming, run. I guess that's what you do. Just get in your car and run. And I've seen some of them, they'll chase them and they say, "Why were you running?" Well, hell, everybody might as well run at this point, because it doesn't matter if you're black, brown, purple, blue, or green. You motherfuckers is taking them. Drop down in the comments how you feel about ICE agents loading up everyone that's black and brown and putting them in the back, illegally transporting them in a budget rental truck. And don't forget to like, share, and follow me for more controversial topics.
Anyways, I hope you guys have seen all of that video, and let me now explain in details why I said that I so much love what this Nigerian couples did. Now, a lot of people are tagging this as kidnapping, but in an actual sense, if you've watched from the beginning of this, the clip I've been able to roll down, you will literally come to a conclusion that that was actually not kidnapping. We've had a lot of instances where a lot of imposters have literally been showing up as ICE agents, taking a lot of people to an unknown destination, demanding ransom, and so on and so forth. So When an ICE agent approached these Nigerian couples, hop into their car, he never showed a proof of an ID card, and of which it is very bad that you as an ICE agent did not mind or care to follow the rules and regulations. You were just looking for illegal immigrants. You saw them and automatically you tagged them as illegal immigrants, and of which I'm not saying they are not illegal immigrants, right? Because according to reports, they said they were on student visa, and I think the student visa expired, and the only way that these ICE agents have cited these black people to assume or conclude that yes, they are illegal is just to jump into their car without even showing a proof of ID card, which is really, really bad. And this actually happened in Minnesota, like you guys actually saw from the first part. And you know that a lot of ICE agents has been having this back and forth with mostly these Somalians. You understand? So for not showing your ID card and then you went ahead to tag that kidnapping, is never kidnapping for me. Yeah. And if you guys as ICE agents has been rude to a lot of black people, I feel like these guys are literally ready to put you people's acts down. And that was what happened. And according to the news and according to the update that I actually saw online, the judge that actually went into the case said that was never an issue of kidnap, that they were actually doing the right thing because they were also scared at that particular spot of you just hopping into their car as an ICE agent without proving your ID card. So the only thing they did was to keep driving forward. And they didn't drive you to any unknown location. They didn't drive you and demand for ransom. They didn't drive you to a destination and start calling your people. But you as an ICE agent, you tagged that as kidnap, but the case was overruled. I saw a lot of black Americans especially saying, oh my God, they're so proud of this black Nigerian couples that they should go ahead and drop their GoFundMe accounts. They want to support them east, west, north, and south. And when I saw my black Americans happy, I was like, yeah, this is it. You can't just come mess with every single person. And this will actually send a signal to every single ICE agent that literally hop into people's car without showing ID card, dragging people to an unknown destination, that people are now wise. So this is also going to be educational to every single one of you that is watching this video, that an ICE agent do not have the right to just hop into your car without showing his proof of ID card. A lot of imposters are there showing themselves as if they are ICE agents. You need to be 100% careful and you need to stay safe as well. But anyways, let me know what you think about this particular video. Credit belongs to the original creator of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye and I'll see you guys in my next one. And bye guys. I love you guys.